We wanted to start the show on the right note. So we got Henry Winkler in here. Henry.
How are you?
Look at all that purple. Purple sweater, purple jacket.
Wow.
You are looking bright.
I like purple.
You do.
I do.
You do. Why do you believe in like the feng shui of colors? Like, do you want to?
Do you know what? I don't know, but it when I put the color on, it changes the way I feel.
It does.
Yesterday I was wearing a brown shirt, and I changed it to a red shirt, and I just perked right up.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. So all that time as the Fonz, you must have been like, I got to change the color of this jacket.
Really? Well, you know what? I just pretended that it was red.
I see. I see. Yeah.
And you know, the black leather jacket, which actually was brown, it just photographed black.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. So it's
How
all
are you?
Visualization. I'm good, man. I'm
Me
very,
too.
very good. How are you?
Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like things are good. Is this
Well, last night we premiered Better Late Than Never.
Right.
The new show.
Right.
And the tweets that I got
People
from
like
people. Oh my gosh.
Well, who would have thought? I think it's so funny because Better Late Than Never is I don't want to say reality show. It's an unscripted show. It is.
It's an unscripted show.
But reality show sounds like it's fake, right? Like reality
no,
shows
this
these
is
days.
By the seat of our pants.
Right.
We're in 6 countries. We're in, we have 5 cameras, no script, and we have no idea what situation they're going to put us in. Mm-hmm. So it's brand new to us, the 5 of us.
But it's you, it's William Shatner, it's George Foreman.
Yes.
It's
Jeff Dye.
Yeah, Jeff Dye is the
and
host.
Terry Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw.
Listen up, America.
This is why I think it's so funny is because, you spent so much time as just being known as the Fonz, obviously, this character.
Yes.
And I feel like at this point in your life, and who would have guessed that because of shows like this, probably because of the stuff you did with Adam Sandler, because of interviews like this that you've done, you've become known as Henry Winkler.
Yes, that is true.
You and your actual personality have become just as famous at this point, I feel.
Well, it's a wonderful thing because then it's really easy to carry the mantle of the Fonz with me. Mm-hmm. People talk to me all over the world about the Fonz.
Right.
They've seen other stuff, but that really connects with them. And it is a pleasure, really.
You never went through a phase where you were like, I'm just sick.
Yes.
You did.
I did. There was we made a first appearance at a big store down in Neiman Marcus in Dallas. 4 boys: Ron Howard, Anson Williams, Don Most, and me.
Wow.
25,000 people standing between us and the limousine. Donnie Most, a little nervous, got really screwed, and he was, how are we going to get out of here? There are a lot of people. They're gonna rip us apart. Anson Williams said, "Do we deserve this?" I said, "That's not the point. They're here. Just say thank you."
Right.
For the first time, I used the character off the show. And I said, "All right, listen up. You're going to part like the Red Sea. You're going to and we're going to walk to our limousine. And you're not going to touch us." And I'm telling you,
it worked.
And we start walking, and some girl said, "Oh, my God, he's so short." And I went, "Hey, fuck you, I'm not short." And she went, "Oh, my goodness, he's so cool." We got in that limousine, and we took off.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because it would have been a terribly embarrassing moment if you try to do the Fonz, and people are like, it's a TV show. We're not gonna
right.
listen
What are you doing? Who cares?
But for some reason, they just adopted that character into their lives so much that, this is...
It was amazing.
Whatever he says goes. Yeah. I also love that the Fonz curses off TV.
Yeah, well, no, but only like twice a year.
I see.
This was it.
Yeah.
Terry Bradshaw on the show tries to get me to go, "Whoa. Give me a whoa," he says, all the time. Uh-huh. He put me in a stockade in Lithuania. Mm-hmm. And he said, "I'm not letting you out until you give me a whoa." I said, "No, I won't."
Good for you.
He said, "Give me a whoa." I said, "No, I won't."
Good for you.
Then Jeff Dye comes over with an umbrella and starts poking me in the gonads.
What?
Give me a whoa. I said, "No."
Jeff Dye is poking you in the gonads.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I can't believe it. The young kids these days.
I still have a Band-Aid.
You would think that there'd be some respect from a guy like him.
You would.
Right.
For me.
But instead he's
a young whippersnapper.
Right. Instead he's injuring He's injuring Henry Winkler's testicles.
And with no remorse.
Right. Just
Unbelievable.
You look at his face and go, I can't believe this.
Really?
The savagery.
It's you know what? I want to tell you something.
Yeah.
I saw an ancestor come right out in that face.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Why did you sign up, or what got you to sign up for a show like this?
You know, one is that it's kind of scary to think about.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to go and travel, not knowing what you're going to do, not knowing where you're going to go for 40 days. That's a long time.
Yeah, especially because you love your family.
Yeah.
You know, you love your life.
Yeah.
You don't want to be away for 40 days. With a
Really?
bunch
I
of...
love TiVo.
Right.
Okay, so
You want to watch your programs.
I want to tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, meanwhile, Godless on Netflix. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Right.
Now, are you going to go to the movies?
I go to movies all the time.
The Shape of Water.
What's The Shape of
The
Water?
Shape of Water. All I'm going to tell you is to go.
Okay.
And when you come out, you will be elevated. Your life will have changed.
Oh, we were talking about that's the Guillermo del Toro
That's
movie.
right.
It
right.
got nominated for a Golden Globe, right?
And it should.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. It's going to get nominated for many, many more awards.
7 Golden Globes.
The Shape of Water.
Wow. I will check it out.
Okay.
I will see it based on your recommendation.
So, you know, it's tough to travel, and
Yes.
you get scared. And then they say, you know, that you're going to eat like a goat from the inside out. And I thought, like, I don't think that I could eat a goat from the inside out. So
Right.
I'm good. I don't know that I'm going.
Right.
And we talked about it. Then we cast it. Took about a year and a half to get all the guys right. And we went on this trip to Asia first, and now Europe. I'm telling you, it's not like a normal TV show. It is a gift.
Right. It's a really crazy premise, and the names, as we talked about, that you got for it are kind of insane. Were any of them difficult to begin
No.
with? Even
No.
from the beginning, everybody was
No,
cool.
no one was difficult, unless you consider Bill Shatner difficult.
A lot of people do. Yeah, that's what I wonder, because Shatner has kind of this.
He's prickly.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. He reveals himself, and there's this tender heart underneath. He's a horseman. He's a reader. He's read every book, you know, under the planet, under the stars, I should say. And he wants you to know what's on every page.
Were you excited when you found out they were doing a second season, or were you like, I don't want to
No,
do this again?
excited. Berlin, Munich, Barcelona, where I actually pushed my envelope, my personal living envelope, to the nth degree and became the model for an art class.
Nude?
I looked like a butterball turkey
Oh,
that
my
I had
God.
just had for Thanksgiving.
Right. I mean, you never thought
You could have basted me. You would never have known the difference.
Was this the first time you've done nude work for?
Yes, it was.
For film or television.
Yes, it was.
Wow! And at this point in your life, you
I don't
thought
think
now
my
was the
wife
time.
has ever seen me nude.
What made you decide to just do it? Like, are you just thinking, like, who cares? Like, I've done everything there is to do.
The creative executive producer, I trust him. He just is incredibly thoughtful. And he asked me, the last year when we were in Korea, he said, you're going to eat a raw octopus. I said, listen, I just want to tell you something. I'll do anything. I'll serve it. Maybe I'll cut it. Maybe I'll do commentary. I'm not eating it. At 10:30 at night, I ate it.
Wow. Yeah, that's got to be the trick, right? Because all you guys have the I don't, not reputation, but have the ability, right, to say, I'm not doing that. Like, whoever it is, Foreman, Shatner, Terry Bradshaw, you could go on any TV show anywhere
right.
and go like, well, no, I'm me. I'm not doing that ridiculous stuff.
Right.
And they somehow just got, I guess, because you're all in that boat. As long as they can get
you
one
know
of
what?
you
It's
to
true.
do it.
One for all and all for one. And I have to say that in a little hot oil, a living, squiggling octopus is delicious.
How does it? I'll take your word for it. How does it not end up being a scenario where all of you legends are just getting Jeff Dye to do everything? He's just this young comic.
Do
He
you know
can't say no
why?
to anything.
No. Jeff is in charge of making sure we're comfortable, making sure we get from place to place.
Yeah, he wasn't in charge of making sure your gonads were comfortable.
No, he was not.
No. He's not doing a very good job.
You know what? He tries as hard as he possibly can.
Yeah.
But he needs to try like a little harder.
A little bit, right?
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, that's it.
But he's tall.
Yes.
And for that alone, he gets to go.
That's it.
Yeah.
Do you guys look at him like, to be young, tall, and handsome again?
Well, to be young and tall.
Right.
I don't know about handsome.
Right.
But he's a great guy. He's funny.
So, Arrested Development is coming back to Netflix?
Yes, we just did. Before I came to New York, I finished all of my stuff for the last season.
Is there any
Barry Zuckerkorn still doesn't know one thing about the law.
That's great. That's great. The minute he does, by the way, the series is over.
Yeah.
Then we've ruined everything.
No, but he has the confidence to say to you,
right,
sitting across the desk from me in your red and black plaid shirt,
right,
I will take care of you if you've got a legal problem.
Right.
You put it in my hands.
Which isn't true.
It's not true.
No, but the confidence is all that matters.
I will kill you. You will probably be executed by the time I'm done.
But isn't it amazing that I think that in life we more gravitate towards the people who, even if we know that they're not experts, even if we know they can't do anything, as long as they can talk to us confidently like that, we'll trust them.
Mitch Hurwitz is one of the 4 geniuses that I've worked with in my life. Mm-hmm. And he stands on the set. And he said, yeah. Say this. Say this. But Mitch, what I've said just now is really funny. Yeah. Say this. Yeah, it's going to be funnier. And it is.
Wow.
Off the top of his head. Just listening.
He just throws you a line and goes, say this now.
But here's the great thing. Last year when we did it.
Yeah.
I talked to light stands. I talked to metal stands with pieces of tape on them. Now, over here is Jeff Tambor. Over here is Jessica Walters. Over here is Jason Bateman. Mm-hmm. This year, everybody was in the room at the same time.
That's amazing. And I think that was a question that a lot of people had, because people, as much as they were happy to see the show back, did kind of notice that you had to do it in a creative way.
Yes.
To get all the players involved at different times.
Right.
And was that because that
scheduling?
And it was such a success,
some stars
right?
are lazy.
Is that right?
Some stars are very, very big. And if you are not brought to the set on an Egyptian carry chair, then they don't work.
Who's the laziest?
Who's the laziest?
Who's the laziest?
Of everybody on the set?
Yeah.
I would have to say David Cross.
He is. He's really difficult, huh?
David Cross.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't like to leave Brooklyn.
No. Unless it's on one of those contraptions you described.
That someone carries him.
Yeah. Now, was there any concern after Jeffrey Tambor? I guess first he said he was leaving Transparent, and then he said he might not. But
here's the honest
after the
truth.
Allegations came out,
I have acted with him for a few years. I know him. I don't know about that situation. I just have to take for granted that what is going down actually happened. But the dichotomy of the human being, of being so incredibly talented in one area and losing their way in the other, somehow in the middle is the truth.
Right. Right, and I think people, and it's like anything, it's like lifting people up and tearing people down. People love to go to one extreme or the other.
America loves that.
Yeah.
They love helping you and building you up, and then they love tearing you to bits like wild dogs.
Right, realizing like, yeah, we can make this hero, and then once you're the hero, it's like, well, you're not better than us. We're gonna no, come back down, back down,
right.
and just leaving you in a pile.
Right.
But it didn't. There hasn't been any talk about postponing the season?
Not
or
to
anything like
me.
that?
I'm only an actor on that. I'm not an executive producer. So they talk to me about nothing. Even when I'm on the set, no one talks to me.
That's terrible.
I bring in chocolate cake
Right.
that I have made in my house.
Yeah.
And I bring it in piping hot.
From scratch?
A bundt cake, because I don't like icing necessarily.
Okay.
And it's delicious with really moist, soaking chocolate chips that are dripping into the essence of the cake.
Sure.
They don't give a shit.
They don't care.
They don't care.
Is a problem no icing? A lot of other people like
You
icing.
know what? I don't care because I like it and I'll eat it.
Right. If nobody else is going to eat the
Right.
bundt cake, you'll help
I
yourself.
have a lot of it.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah. And
Good
you know
for
who
you.
also likes it? The camera team.
They do.
The camera department loves the bundt cake.
David Cross won't have a bite?
I've never seen him eat anything.
He doesn't eat.
No.
I see.
A lot of lettuce.
I see. He's one of those types.
Yeah.
One of those lettuce types.
Yeah.
So, are you surprised that Hollywood has kind of been turned on its ass a little bit with all these allegations? And I mean, literally piling up. You know, yesterday it was Mario Batali. It's everywhere, everywhere.
You know, look, I don't know what the individual situations are.
Sure.
I know some of these people personally. I think probably it is a really good idea for women to be taken seriously, for women to finally have a voice and not just be told you have a voice, be told you have the opportunity to speak up at any time, but to actually have a consequence, have it matter.
You were how old when you got the Fonz?
27.
Okay, so you're 20. You're in your late 20s, and you're this character.
Yes.
That is the biggest thing in the country.
Yes.
How do you stop from getting an ego that's totally out of control?
Do you know what is interesting? I don't know if this is true, but seriously, the answer to that, I am dyslexic. So learning challenges, I think, affect emotionality. Like there are pieces that don't always work. I never thought that I was a person. I never thought I was whole.
Okay.
So when I became a star, and I all of a sudden, you know, people treated me differently.
Sure.
I realized I'm not taller. I don't know how to spell any better than I did before I was on TV. Maybe I'm the same guy and should just shut up.
So you are. So do you think that that's kind of self-esteem? That
Self-esteem is the beginning and the end of living on this earth.
Right. And do you think that having that learning disability doesn't allow you to inflate your ego? Meaning
No,
that
because
it affects your
you know what,
self-esteem?
especially when you're growing up, you're dreaming about being an actor.
Yeah.
You eat it, you sleep it, you lie in bed, you can't fall asleep. You really want to do this. And yet you look around and everybody can do geometry and you don't know what the hell is going on.
I see.
And it just, you start to believe what everybody is saying. You start to believe you're stupid. Now, when I go around and I speak to students in schools, that's my phone.
That's okay.
I think my daughter is calling me.
Well, if it's important, you know.
No,
I don't
it's
want
my
to keep
son.
you.
It's my son, Jed. Jed, I'm on the radio
Good.
right now, and I've got to hang up. Okay, I love you, Jed. Bye. It's my oldest son, Jed.
How old's Jed?
Jed is 35.
And you still say "I love you" every time you talk to him?
I do.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So anyway, when you see around you all the children are doing well,
Right.
and you're not, your self-esteem will drop to the bottom of the ocean faster than a boulder. And our job as a friend, as a cousin, as a brother, sister, mom, dad, is to bolster that child's point of view, self-vision
Yes.
forever.
So at what point do you stop feeling like a broken person? Right? If you're this famous guy and you can't enjoy it because you still feel broken,
I would say
because you don't stand before
I'm
me.
72 years old right
Yeah.
now, 10 years ago.
Only 10 years
Only
ago.
10 years ago.
So you're in your 60s before you feel whole.
And I now am just becoming the actor that I fantasized at being at 27.
Wow. And does that drive you a little crazy?
It drives me crazy.
If I could have done this, then
Yes.
yeah.
You know that thing, youth is wasted on the young?
Right.
It's no joke.
Right. So what was it in your 60s that like?
Well, first of all, will. You have to know what you want.
Yes.
If you know what you want, and there is no doubt, you will move toward that goal, and you can live it. I believe that's the way it works on this earth. I really believe that.
Uh-huh.
But you have to know what you want. And then you just keep working and you move out of your comfort zone and you push the limit a little bit and you try something that you're afraid to do, but you don't know how you're going to be accepted for doing it, but you go anywhere. And then all of a sudden, boom, you're here sitting in this wonderful soft chair talking to you.
Right. This is your dream come true, you're telling me.
Right now.
This is great.
This is the pinnacle.
It had to be very difficult.
And this bottle of water.
It's free, by the way.
That's kind of lukewarm.
But it's out in the house.
Yeah.
You take that with
So
you
I
if you
love
want.
it.
Yeah,
I'm loving it.
It must have been difficult, though, to raise kids when you don't feel whole yourself.
You know what?
Does that
That's a
make sense?
very good point. I probably would have done an even better job if I was wholer.
Yeah.
But here it is. Listening. To me, honest to God, the most important thing about raising children, you're going to a meeting, you're late, you can't find your keys, the traffic is going to be terrible, you're going to miss the bus, and your child says, "Dad, can I just say one thing?" And you go, "Can we talk about this later? Can we? You know what? Tonight we'll talk about it." No. You take 45 seconds, you slow down, you turn around, and you say, "What is it, Zoe?" And Zoe will get one sentence out. She will feel heard. She will feel good. You're not going to be any really later for the meeting, for the bus, for the traffic, for the blah, 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 blah.
Right.
A heard child is powerful.
And it gives you this feeling of like, okay, well, I might not feel full. Let me not pass that on to these kids.
That's
Let
right.
me make sure
I wanted
at all
to be
costs.
a different parent than the parents that I grew up with. And then on Better Life Than Never, we go to Berlin. And I literally traced my roots. I've never been to Berlin, and I've never really been emotionally attached really to my family or the past. I've seen pictures, but I was on an emotional journey through Berlin on Better Late Than Never that I was not prepared for.
So it's not just, ridiculous stunts and eating octopi and things like that. Like you
No.
actually go on these emotional
Journeys.
trips and
And,
journeys.
the guys share. They share with each other who they are, what that moment was that changed their lives. It's really compelling and funny.
Did you ever in your life, because I feel like especially show business is kind of flooded with people who have feelings of jealousy and being cutthroat
It's true.
not really just wanting something because the other person has it and I need to make sure. You don't strike me as that type of person whatsoever. Is that because I know you today, or have you always been this way?
I have been that way, I think, most of my life, but my wife, Stacy, and our children and our grandchildren are keep my feet on the ground.
I see. They remind you.
Right.
Yeah. That you're
Because
just a guy.
if you start to believe in the way that you're treated outside the house, you're in deep trouble.
So you're talking about kids being heard and raising your kids differently. When you were raised, was it that you weren't heard, or was it
I wasn't
it was
heard,
just a different time?
I wasn't
and,
seen.
I see.
Literally, it was severe. My upbringing was severe, is the word.
And is that? Do you blame
the opening song of of Oliver?
Sure.
Please, could I have some more?
Right.
Once on an assembly day, you wore a white shirt and a tie, and you went to school. It was the assembly day. I literally had the nerve to put my ear to the bowl of cereal to hear Snap, Crackle, and Pop
Right.
talk to me. And my mother chased me around the dining room table For real.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, that's what kids do. You see it in a commercial.
And you know what? Snap, crackle, and pop. They were lovely, funny little guys.
Now, does that boggle your mind? Because like I have a 10-month-old son, and I feel like if he were a little older and he were of the age to do that, I would think like it's adorable and actually just enjoy the fact that he's enjoying anything.
There's going to come a time in the next 2 years when he is going to have a birthday cake in front of him with 2 candles, 3 candles, and he's going to blow those candles out. And then he is going to decide all on his own that he should plant his face in the middle of that cake.
That seems like it's going to be a great thing.
It's a great thing.
So do you look back and go like, I don't understand how my mother could not...
look back. Now, the mature part of me
Yeah.
should understand. The child in me doesn't understand. They're not lined up yet, so I don't understand as well as I should.
Was there mental illness?
God, that's a good question. I don't know.
Because
Honestly, I don't know.
to get mad, at
Yeah.
the kid listening
Well,
to
you know,
the
they
cereal
escaped
bowl.
Nazi Germany. They left everything behind.
Uh-huh.
There was a severity to their life also.
Sure.
Except at that age, I couldn't put that all together.
Right.
I couldn't go, well, all right, I see. You've got a problem. You're not going to see your parents again. Well, Mom, you just be an asshole. Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't all add up when you're just
No.
getting amused at
Yeah.
your cereal popping.
At 72, I'm just getting there.
Did you ever go into therapy?
I have.
Yeah.
I have.
Are you an advocate for it? Did you like it?
Well, you know what? For each individual.
Sure.
For each individual. I said once to my therapist, I said, if I were to give you a gift, it would have to be a skyscraper to thank you for what I have received.
Wow. So you loved it.
I did.
Yeah. And it brought you. Is that what kind of
It opened
brought you to
me
being
up.
a fuller
it opened
person and
me
everything?
Up. Yes. I am grateful. I'm weepy, but I am grateful at this moment to have just gotten a better vision of myself in the world, and then I'm able to see the world
Sure.
in a different way.
Was there anything that now that your kids are grown, have they come back to you and said like, yeah, it kind of fucked me up when you did this, Dad, and you didn't even realize like, oh no, I didn't.
We have a son, Max. Max has a new movie that is coming out in March 16th, with Zoe Deutsch and Catherine Hahn. It's called Flower.
Uh-huh.
And when he did his first movie with Uma Thurman called Ceremony, he said to us, we read in People magazine, I believe it was, in People magazine, imagine this, your parents, you're proud, your son, he said at 10, I'm going to be a director, he's doing it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we read the article and it says my biggest problem is that I was loved too much.
And you're going, you just can't win
You
for
can't
trying.
win.
Yeah, you can't.
So we said to Max, I want to just say, Max, we would do exactly the same thing over again. If you were loved too much,
Right.
shame on you.
Oh, poor Max.
Poor Maxie.
So do you think some of your best acting work, I saw on your Twitter, you were promoting the HBO show that's coming out with Bill Hader.
Yeah, Barry.
You must be, the fact that you're the actor that you want to be right now, you must be psyched about this show coming out.
Yes, and it's amazing. Bill Hader and Alec Berg, who is also, I think, the co-creator of Silicon Valley.
Right.
He is also the co-creator of Barry.
Oh, that's great.
Those two together, they're a combo. They are two of the, as together, they are a genius in the four geniuses so Mitch Hurwitz, Bill Hader, and Alec Berg together.
That's one. The two of them count as one.
Count as one. They are brilliant men.
Who are the other two?
Gary Marshall
Okay.
and Adam Sandler.
Okay.
Adam Sandler, for as goofy as he seems on the screen,
Right.
is in charge of every detail of a movie that he's in.
Do you think Adam Sandler, like, how does he deal with the fact that, like, he went through a pretty substantial period of time where people were kind of treating him like a joke? He was this beloved guy, right? And then it became very cool to make fun of Adam Sandler.
You know, here's the thing. He always stuck to who he was.
Right.
He does. He always sticks to who he was. Gary Marshall said a great thing. He said, you know, a lot of people make important television. I make recess. And he understood his niche. And Adam Sandler breaks out, you know, the Meyerowitz, which is the movie that is out now, you know, that he's in, is a completely different role. It's a very mature acting role. He can do it all.
Yeah.